Friends, I encourage you to stick with this video to the end. It's a short video. There's a lot to learn here. All right, we're going to start with this. What is commonly known as normal has become commonly abnormal. For instance, when you go for a well check to the doctor's office, they'll ask you, what medications are you under? And your answer is none. They'll look at you, none? Really? You don't have any medications at all? And what surgical procedures have you gone through? And you say, no, I haven't gone through any. And they'll look at you like, none? Because commonly is known now that once you are in your 40s or 50s, you're considered to be on medications of some kind, right? Or to have gone through a lot of surgical procedures. So commonly is known now that you are in your 40s or 50s, you are meant to be sick. Well, that is the abnormal. We need to reverse that. This is why I'm having these videos. We need to reverse that. We need to think of, no, normality is to be healthy, not to be on medications, not to be on surgical procedures constantly or be on any of them, really. So how do we do that, right? We dig deep. We dive into understanding our bodies. We dive into finding the root cause, what's causing it, health issues. And I'm creating these videos because a lot of health issues start with the environment where we live in, right? And I brought here 2 tests I wanted to show you, and it's too bad that I cannot show you any closer, but look at this. These are stool tests. One of them shows about Microbiome fragilis, if I pronounce it right. Many detected in this individual. Here, I'm going to bring it a little closer. Many detected. Another one, Klebsiella pneumonia. It's a pathogen, and a lot of them are detected in this one as well. Where do they come from, right? If you have a lot of that, parasites in your stomach, in your intestines, right? If we have those and we allow them to continue to grow, over time they're going to create health issues, right? You'll develop pneumonia, you'll develop UTIs, all kinds of health issues, if we do not check for them. When you go to a doctor's office, naturally they're not going to check for those. They're going to tell you everything, you look good, you look healthy and all that. But you know that something is wrong. You feel pain, you don't feel well, right? So what do, right? You do actual microbiome testing, a deep, a stool test. You want to know as much as you can about your body, what's going on with your microbiome, because that's where your major health issues begin. If you allow those to grow, you're going to develop all kinds of health issues. Now, how do we get those, right? Well, a lot of you may be having pets at home. It's nice to have a cat or a dog, or some people have backyard chickens, right? And commonly, if you are a parent and you have children, what do? We see our children hugging those pets or patting them and kissing them constantly. And that's how, they pick up parasites. Some of you may be thinking, well, then just get rid of backyard chickens, right? Or get rid of your pets. Well, let's talk about the other side of the coin, right? I have 7 kids. 4 of them are not vaccinated, the younger 4, but the older 3 are vaccinated. The older 3, 2 of them have developed severe allergy to eggs. The other 4 don't have any. The 2 that have allergy to eggs, they'll react to eggs that I actually buy from the store. So if I bought eggs from the store, doesn't matter whether they are organic or non-organic. One of them, her airways will clog right away. But with my backyard chickens, the eggs do not impact her in any way. She can eat them. I don't know whether it's the feed that they give these chickens or the way that they process and wash those eggs, right? The way they handle the eggs. Something is triggering to close her airways, right? So I would rather keep the chickens and do a stool test every year and make sure that none of my kids have any parasites in them, right? Then have eggs that will cause health issues, right? If you have cats or dogs and you love to pet them, what's happening with your body? It helps your brain to release more of the dopamine, which is the happy hormone. It's known as the happy hormone, right? When you're patting that, it's making you feel happy and such. And that's very healthy because you're getting natural rather than, trying to balance your hormones with over-the-counter stuff, right? Supplements. So you're just helping your body naturally to find balance, right, with your hormones. So yes, it is good to have pets, and yes, you're going to have these issues, but you need to also check, where does your microbiome stand, right? Do a stool test once a year and such. I do that for my children, for my family, because it really helps out to know where things are, and this way we do not develop any severe health issues, right? Now, leading up to Halloween, I have decided that I'm really going to push this in every one of my videos. Please, 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 if you're going to give children candy, if you're going to hand out candy, also hold a bowl of fruit, like maybe cuties or plums, something that they can take, because you'll notice that a lot of children are sensitive to what the ingredients that are in the candy, and they're not, they just participate in the tradition, but they don't actually, they'll tell you that. They'll say, finally, I got something to eat, and I tested this last year, and it was very, very successful. A lot of kids just dove in for the cuties instead of candy. So I encourage you to do that, provide something healthy, help them, and thank you so much to all those that have sent me positive messages, because it gives me energy and desire to share even more good and healthy stuff for you. And I encourage you to please share the fountainofhealing.com or the Fountain of Healing Facebook page. And something exciting is that now you can go to the fountainofhealing.com and you can book your appointment there. You can see my schedule, what's available, and this is 24 up to 25 hours prior to an appointment. You can do so. If you want a same-day appointment, consulting over the phone, then you'd have to call me directly or send me a text, and I can see if I have availability that day, and I can help you out. Again, this is Eva Weeks with the Fountain of Healing. I wish you a happy and healthy week. Thanks for watching.